This is a KiwiCo box, or as they like to call them, crates. And over the past year, we've used the contents in these boxes to create a stethoscope, a vortex cannon, a crane, a centripetal force art maker, and a couple of disc launchers. With every crate that you receive, it is a new opportunity to explore a new concept in science, math, and engineering. And every month, you conveniently get a new crate delivered right to your mailbox. So in this week's video, we're going to ask the incredibly popular question. Is KiwiCo worth it for the homeschooling family? And to answer that question, we are going to discuss what KiwiCo is, open up a box so you can get an idea of what actually comes every month, and then I'll show you what it's like to go through 2 crates from different educational crate lines designed for different age groups from start to finish. And as we do, we will be discussing the pros and cons so you can make your own informed decision on whether or not subscribing to KiwiCo is the right thing for you. So let's get started. KiwiCo was founded in 2011, and at its core, it is a monthly subscription service. They have shipped over 30 million crates covering topics from science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And KiwiCo was created to celebrate kids' natural creativity and curiosity while helping parents who want to bring enriching experiences to their children. They have a variety of subscription boxes for every age group. For my kids, we purchased the Kiwi Crate, which is advertised for ages 5 to 8, and the Tinker Crate advertises for ages 9 to 14. And when you purchase a subscription, you start getting a box delivered right to your mailbox every month. So today we're going to look at the last box we've received and have yet to complete. This month's kit looks like it deals with exploring stars. On the box it states you will be building a spinning model of the Earth, Moon, and Sun and create a constellation lantern. Every crate we've received so far has come with 2 pamphlets, one dealing generally with the instruction on how to complete the project, and another pamphlet that deals with the science and background and usually has additional supplemental information to complete the learning process for this kit. To get our pros and cons list going, we're going to start this off on the pro column. The materials that come with each crate are quite comprehensive and have always had everything you need to complete the entire crate. Even ones that require batteries come with batteries, and you can see this one here requires a tea light, and it came with a little tea light. That's really nice. It's nice because you don't have to worry that you're going to get 90% through a project and realize you're missing something around the house that you need to fully complete it. And regarding the topic of this crate, the exploring stars, and all the other monthly crates that have come before it to our house, another strong pro to the crates is the science topics that they cover has been phenomenally accurate. And I have yet to find a single mistake. And I certainly don't know everything, but with my background in chemistry and medicine, it does make me feel pretty qualified to heavily scrutinize their kits and look for errors. And I have yet to find a mistake. This is especially true when we received the anatomy themed crate for my son a couple of months ago. I thought for sure I would find a mistake like they do in the movies. Like how in movies they always want to shock asystole, which is absolutely the wrong thing that you want to do. So their fund of knowledge in all these kits also definitely goes into the pro column when you're considering purchasing the KiwiCo crates. The next pro I want to mention is the quality of the product. All of the pieces and builds have been incredibly sturdy. This is the centripetal force art machine that was one of the original kits that came to the house. It still works, with the original battery that also came with the kit like I mentioned in the first part of the video. Additionally, we haven't had a crate arrive to the house yet that has had a missing piece or a broken part in it. So to the second pro to the KiwiCo line of products is the quality. And speaking of products, that actually brings me to the first con of the KiwiCo subscription service. With the subscription service, you rapidly start accumulating extra stuff around the house. Generally, once my kids were done with the build, they kind of moved on. And what good is it to have a quality constructed product if it's not going to be reused? Calling it junk seems extremely harsh, but after a while you do end up with a lot of stuff taking up extra space around your house. And there are a couple times where the big box that comes with it is actually part of the build, like the crane I was showing you there, or again the centripetal force. You build it inside the box that it comes with, and now you have to find space for the whole box if you're going to keep it. And we've kind of become that family that tries to decrease waste as much as possible. We're that family that brings their own bags to the supermarket. We recycle and compost as often as we can. So if that line of thinking is important to you, it's definitely something to consider before you sign up for something that's going to be coming to your house every month. Because you will definitely end up with extra stuff lying around your house, in addition to the stuff your kids already have that they conveniently leave lying around the house. So that's just something to consider if you're trying to avoid becoming Madame Blueberry. Another con of KiwiCo is the crates that you receive in the mail might not follow the curriculum that you're using at home. So if you're in the middle of covering some chemistry topic, you may or may not get a crate that's dealing with chemistry. As you can see, you might be making a crane. So in some ways, it doesn't really gel with the curriculum that you may already have established. So getting back to the pro column, the kit that arrives in the mail might not be following the curriculum that you're already using, but sometimes it is a good thing to have a random science activity on the ready. For example, one day my wife and I had an excellent day of homeschooling planned, and then I'd been made aware because it had been so long since I had cleaned them, I was actually growing a garden in my gutters. And to make matters worse, a huge hurricane was coming. So not wanting my gutters to fall off the house before the huge storm came, I had to scrap the meticulously planned homeschooling activities I had scheduled for the morning and spend the next 6 hours cleaning out the gutters all around my house. And this totally could have been avoided, but I have a problem with procrastination, which is also the main reason this video is being posted a week later than I had planned. So another pro I guess I'm trying to explain is it can serve as a pretty good rainy day backup when things don't really go according to plan. Or you've just been lazy and don't really have anything planned for the day that you want to cover. It's nice to be able to pull out this box and go. To add to the pro column, while these crates generally focus on a STEM topic, I truly believe one crate can provide you a full and comprehensive day of homeschooling. For example, as I mentioned, there are some really good supplemental pamphlets that come in every crate that arrives to the door. So in addition to the science or engineering that you're doing while you're completing the activity, you can have your kids read the pamphlet and they're simultaneously getting their required reading for the day taken care of. And if you get creative, you can do some activities like circle the adjectives or underline the nouns, and they're also getting their English done. So with one kit, you can have a full and comprehensive day of homeschooling covered, and that's a party bonus. And getting back to what comes with the kits, specifically the pamphlets, they have a lot of science, math, and engineering in them generally. I do, however, wish they came with a post-assessment or quiz. As a former teacher, I really like being able to give the kids a quiz. It's a little mean of me, but it is what it is. Quizzes are good for two reasons. It gives you some objective information to let you know that your kids actually learned something while doing the activity. And the second reason is you can put it away in your homeschooling files. That way, if a man ever comes knocking on your door and asks for proof that you're truly homeschooling your kids, you can pull out your files and you've got some documentation to prove that you're doing what you actually say you're doing. So in some ways, quizzes are better for me than they are the kids, because I don't want to get thrown in jail for not homeschooling the kids. The last con of the KiwiCo subscription service is that it's not free, nor should it be, but hear me out on this one. While I don't think the pricing structure is inappropriately priced by any stretch of the imagination, what is inexpensive for one family might be terribly restrictive for another, but I do think you should take the pricing in context. For example, consider the resources of your community. Where we live, we are very fortunate to be close to a zoo and several different science centers, all of which have annual passes which give you the ability to go every day, and their annual pass prices aren't terribly different than the KiwiCo pricing for the year. So if you're in a situation where you can only really justify financially one additional resource, and you find yourself with the resources in the community, I think I would probably choose the community resources. That way you can go to them as often as you desire instead of it being a once a month activity. But if you are already taking advantage of your community resources and you're looking to supplement what you have already, I think the KiwiCo is a pretty good idea. I'm just saying if your finances are limited and you're having to choose between the two, I would do the local resources first and then get the KiwiCo subscription second. That being said, if you live in a place where you don't have a lot of educational resources, then the money spent on a KiwiCo subscription is probably worth it for you. So those are my thoughts on KiwiCo in a nutshell. The science is sound, it does add clutter, it's a quality product, but it's not free. But overall, there are definitely much worse educational products you could spend your money on. As I've mentioned before, I'm still mad I bought that Smithsonian gyroscope. So again, those are our pros and cons. I hope this helps you decide if a KiwiCo subscription is right for you. Our family is going to be out of town on a small vacation next week, so there's going to be a little break in our videos. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you next week.